Many people think that eating a plant-based diet will be too expensive, so they don't do it or give it up soon afterwards. But eating plant-based can be fun, enjoyable, and cost-saving if you know what money-saving tips and strategies to use. So let's turn you into a savvy plant-based shopper. In this episode, I want to share 3 smart money-saving strategies you can use right away to save on grocery shopping expenses year-round. This way, you can continue to focus on eating the most healthful way to transform your health with less money stress. Ready to dive into this topic with me? Let's go! Welcome to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. I'm your host, Anna Zinn, plant-based registered dietitian and transition coach. Hi friend, do you want to regain your health with plant-based eating but feel overwhelmed and lost about how to do it? Do you feel it'll be hard to change your meat-heavy diet and impossible with working, running the home, or chasing after the grandkids? If so, you're in the right place. Here you'll find simple strategies, clear nutrition guidance, and practical tips to help you thrive plant-powered with more energy. So if you're ready to ditch the guesswork and transform your health the stress-free way, cozy up now with a hot cup of tea or listen while you walk, and let me show you how doable plant-based eating can be. Let's do this. Hi friend, are you struggling financially to continue plant-based eating or want to start but feel afraid it'll burn a hole in your pocket? Maybe you're retired or currently working a full-time job, but know you need to stay within budget. Yet, you really want to make your health better and know plant-based eating will help get you there. Well, if you want to learn the tips and tricks to eating plant-based on a budget and enjoy affordable, easy, and tasty plant-based recipes, check out the online Plant Powered Life Transformation course. This 6-module online course will help you master the basics of plant-based eating with essential skills, knowledge, produce stretching and money-saving hacks, and lifestyle success strategies to help you start and thrive eating plant-powered while saving money, time, and energy. Get more details about this course at plantnourish.com/PPLT course or see the link in the show notes. I can't wait for you to join me inside this course. Some time ago, I posted a poll in my Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success Facebook group, asking my members what their biggest worry about eating plant-based was. While most responded to say that they were worried about the prepping and cooking time, finding recipes and how to make plant-based meals flavorful, a small but sizable number of people voted to say that their worry was that eating this way would be too expensive or costly. If you're feeling this way, I don't blame you. After all, food prices in general are rising around the world. Yet, this needn't be a concern holding you back from eating plant-based and enjoying better health. And here are just 3 reasons why, out of many. First, even though the prices of plant-based foods are rising, so are those of meats and other animal-based foods. Just the other day, I was in the grocery store and happened to go down the meats aisle. Since I had not gotten animal-based foods in many years, I hadn't kept up with their prices. Well, this time I looked, and I was shocked to see how much the cuts of meats and poultry now cost. For example, in my local grocery store, a packet of raw beef strip loins weighing under 700 grams or 1.5 pounds was going for nearly $23 with a unit price of more than $32.50 per kilogram. Now compare this to a 1 kilogram or 2.2 pound bag of dried beans. This would provide close to the same quantity of protein, but only has a unit price of $3.10 per kilogram, so it'll be 10 times less. Second, as you eat more plant-based, your health should improve, and this will translate to more cost savings over time in terms of more productivity at work, less doctor visits, medications, and surgeries. It's a win-win situation. So don't look at just the here and now. Think about future cost savings too. And third, there are many money-saving strategies you can use to save money in big and small ways when eating plant-based. In fact, I think I've accrued over 100 money-saving tips by now. because I believe that every little bit counts and that it can all add up. Like that plastic or ceramic piggy bank you had as a child, and the coins deposited slowly added up over time until the whole money vault filled up. I've only given you 3 reasons here. There are actually many more reasons why plant-based eating can be affordable and doable. In fact, I regularly see members in my community posting comments like this. One lady wrote, I felt the same way last week when I did my first vegan shop. I also felt excited about food, and I really like cooking, chopping, and preparing food again. Also, our grocery bill was significantly less, and I bought almost 2 weeks' worth of food. I'm also reminded of the experience shared by a past member from my community. In her family of 5, she and her daughter had moved to a plant-based diet, while her husband and teenage sons continued on a regular diet. And she had remarked in a comment that even with this change to just 2 people in the family eating plant-based, she could already see cost savings as their grocery bill wasn't as high. So now let's talk about 3 smart strategies that can help you save money, reduce food waste, and get the most out of what you buy. No matter where you are currently in your plant-based diet journey, you can use these strategies. I use them all the time when grocery shopping. Here's the first strategy to use. Stick to buying natural whole plant-based foods. This means minimally processed or unprocessed plant-based foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, nuts, seeds, lentils, and mushrooms. These will always give you the most nutritional bang for your buck. Try to fill your shopping cart as much as possible with these foods instead of with ultra-processed vegan or plant-based commercial products. That's because the more processed a vegan or plant-based commercial product is, the more additives, preservatives, salt, sugar, and fat it will likely contain. Another downside of buying these ultra-processed vegan or plant-based commercial products is that they are more expensive and usually come in smaller packaging too. For example, where I live, a 900-gram or 2-pound bag of dry black turtle beans costs about $2.80 in US dollars. On the other hand, a 6-pack of Beyond Burger patties costs more than $15.50 in US dollars. Now let's compare what you'll get from each. The bag of dry black beans will give about 3 cups of dried beans, which will cook up to be about 9 cups of cooked beans. Just imagine the amount of dishes and meals you can make with 9 cups of beans. The package of vegan burger patties, however, will only provide 6 patties, yet is more than 5 times in cost. So when at the grocery store, choose the less commercially processed foods and focus your time and attention on the fresh and frozen produce sections in the grocery store. Stick to buying these natural whole plant-based foods. Here's the second money-saving strategy. Buy according to season. Be smart when choosing your produce. Ask, is this fruit or vegetable in season? If not, consider buying a different fruit or vegetable. For example, tomatoes and berries can get pretty expensive in the winter months, but vegetables like cabbages, leeks, and rutabagas or swede are not. So in a stew, you could substitute the tomatoes or use less of them, but add in a new or different vegetable to bulk up the dish. The same thing with sweet potatoes. I hardly buy them except around holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, because that is when the stores suddenly seem to be overflowing with them and they are sold at a bargain price. Yes, buying according to season may cause you to have to adjust your recipes more throughout the year, but that's a good thing. One big benefit you'll get is that buying according to season will force you to vary up the fruits and vegetables you buy over the year, so you and your family will be getting a wider variety of nutrients from these natural whole plant-based foods. Not only that, it will also build more variety into your meals, result in less boredom, and likely more buy-in from family members too. Now on to a third smart money-saving strategy. Pick the less packaged option. Keep this in mind. When dry plant-based ingredients like nuts, seeds, oats, beans, lentils, rice, and other products are packaged into smaller quantities for convenience and ease of use, it will likely be more expensive. That's because on the manufacturing side, more materials, labor, and effort is needed to package these whole food ingredients into smaller quantities. Just think of the labor and packaging needed to create one packaged product containing 12 1-ounce, 100-calorie packets of nuts and seeds, compared to a single large container of nuts and seeds. Let's look at another example, oats. I once compared the cost of a box containing 10 regular instant oatmeal packets to that of a 2.25 kilogram or 5-pound bag of quick cooking oats. The box weight for the oatmeal packets was only 280 grams, but cost $2.43 in US dollars. The bulk bag of quick cooking oats, however, provided 8 times more volume, but was only double the price at $4.80 in US dollars. So just remember, when you buy smaller packages, you're in essence paying for convenience. That's why, where possible, choose the less packaged option or an item in bulk, especially if it is something you plan to be using regularly, like brown rice. If you are unsure, you can go online to the store website or use a grocery store app to check prices. So today we looked at 3 smart strategies you can use right away to help you save on shopping dollars so you can buy and enjoy more plant-based foods year-round and speed up your own healing journey. These are 1. To stick to natural whole plant-based foods, 2. To buy according to season, and 3. To pick the less packaged option. Now here is an action step you can take. Pick one or more of these cost-saving strategies shared today and try it out the next time you go grocery shopping at the store. If you want to learn even more money-saving tips and strategies, join the online Plant Power Life Transformation course. This course will not only give you more produce stretching and money-saving hacks, it will also teach you essential skills and tasty, simple-to-make whole food plant-based recipes to help you enjoy plant-based eating and save money, time, and energy while doing it. You can find out more details about this course at plantnourish.com/PPLT course or see the link in the show notes. Thank you for listening to the Plant-Based Eating Made Easy podcast. If this podcast has helped you, please rate and leave a written review on the Apple Podcast app or iTunes to let me know. Nothing will lift me up more than to read your review and see how this podcast has made a difference in your life. I also pick reviews to read on this show, so your review could be one of them. Come connect with me in my free Facebook community group, Beginners for Plant-Based Diet Success. Just go to bit.ly/PB Diet Success. That's bit.ly/PB Diet Success. You can also subscribe and follow this podcast to get notified when a new episode goes live. Signing off now, this is Anna, and I wish you the best health always.